stresses, but I'm focused on the dream. Nothing like you've ever seen. Now it's finally you and me. I hope the spirit never leaves. Yeah.
How's that? Can you hear me now? I gotta get a new XLR cable. That's like the first purchase I need to make is a new XLR cable. But welcome to the chat if you're in here. I was just saying welcome to everybody. If you want to submit music, make sure you hit !submit. At any point, that's gonna pull up the Google form. What's going on? If you're with us, happy Thursday. What have you been working on? Let us know in the chat. I gotta get a new XLR cable. First things first, we need a new XLR because this one is broken. Czars, we got you in the priority queue as well. If you guys are in the chat, I'll explain how this all works. But if you are, and do come here all the time and you know how this works, feel free to subscribe us or gift a sub if you want to get bumped into our priority queue. That is a guarantee we'll play a song before the end of the stream today. It's the only way I can guarantee we'll play a song, because that is the guarantee that I make you guys spend bread. I'm gonna guarantee that we play the songs. But every 5 priority subscriber submissions, we'll use our spinning wheel to pick somebody at random from the submission form. So if you haven't submitted your music, just go ahead and do it, because there's still an opportunity to get bumped up for free and played on the stream through that. And then also, at the end of the stream, the last 30 minutes is always dedicated to people who are in the chat hanging out with us. So if you do just take part in what's happening here, there is also, not a guarantee, but definitely a good chance that you'll probably get bumped up towards the end of the stream. It is a little bit more rapid fire, but we try and get through as many songs as possible. We usually get through about 39 to 40 songs, maybe 38 to 40 songs in the stream. But as you can see, the red ones are the ones we didn't get to last stream. The green ones are the ones we did get to last stream. The orange bar is the free ones that we do throughout the stream, right? So like I said, best thing you can do if you want to guarantee you get played on stream, subscribe, gift a sub. That will get you bumped up into this priority queue that you can see me making right now. But if you don't want to spend money, that's also fine. We have options for you as well. And I don't want to just take bread from you guys. So just know we'll try and get as many free submissions as we can throughout the stream. And if we get through our priority subscriber queue, then we'll also just do a bunch of free ones, all right? If you are here for the first time, welcome in. Highly recommend hitting !submit if you want to submit your music and learn how to submit it. And if you want to skip the queue, you can always do that by subscribing or gifting a sub to the stream. That will get you into our priority queue marked in orange, which is a guarantee you'll get played on stream. Like I said, we'll have a free section towards the end of the stream, which will be more rapid fire. We'll also do free bumps every 5 priority subscriber submissions. But if you are somebody who's in a rush, or you're like, I gotta get this shit played today, I gotta get feedback today, I need it, then subscribing or gifting a sub is the best way to guarantee that. What's going on, Elijah? How has your week been so far? Let us know what you guys are working on in the chat too. I've had a pretty busy week. I'm not gonna lie. I'm tired as fuck. I had too much coffee yesterday. I couldn't go to sleep last night, and this morning has been such a struggle. Look at me. I'm ready to go to sleep. If you are joining us for the first time, I'll do the whole intro of like who I am and what I do, and what the point of this is. But if you are back and you know, feel free to tell people in the chat as well, because that actually helps me in case I forget. So if I forget anything, you can always let people know what's up in the chat as well. If you are in the chat too, let us know where you're watching from. I love knowing where you guys are in the world. Pretty good. Ready for this Thanksgiving break? Me too. I gotta drive back to North Carolina on Saturday, which is gonna be kind of shit because I'm tired from this week. And that's a long ass drive from New York. It's like a solid 500-mile drive. I just don't really want to do it, but you know, it is what it is. I'm excited to see my parents. My dad's in the chat. Hey Dad, I'm excited to see you. I'm not excited for the drive, and I think you understand that because you do it all the time, and it sucks. What are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? If you're in the chat, let us know. Any big plans? Oh, we got Nigeria in the chat. Love that. Love that. I love how global this stream has become, and how global the community's become as well. I feel like we got people all over the place, man. We definitely got a little pocket of artists in the UK. We got a little pocket of artists in like Australia and fucking like Asia as well. Got a bunch of African artists in here, which is sick. We got a bunch of European artists. I'm very happy about that. Obviously, I'm in the US, so we've got an American audience as well. But it's nice to see artists coming in from all over the world. And for me, I love music from overseas as well, so it's always a good thing if you're sending stuff in. If you are sending music, feel free to send Spotify links if you want to get playlisted in the songs we found on Twitch playlist. This is where I put the songs that I love that we find here. Right now it's 102 from this year, or sorry, 663 from this year of streams. But next month I'm going to be working down on whittling that down to my favorite 30, probably, maybe more than 30, but probably around 30 favorites from the year for our best of playlists. So I'm going to be working on those next year. Best of Twitch, best of the community playlist, probably best of the songs I found in the comments. There's going to be a lot of best of playlists next month. So if you want to submit your music, !submit, make sure you get it in there. If you want to skip the queue, guarantee you get played on stream today and bumped into our priority queue. Subscribing or gifting a sub is the best way to do that. It is a guarantee you'll get played on stream. Oh shit, that is a very Persian name. Are you Persian? Let me know in the chat. Me too, if so, let's go. Alright, let's get into it so we can maximize the time we've got here. So, I'm Persian? Yeah, I am Persian. Yes. Bro, thank you so much. What's your artist name? Let us know in the chat. We'll make sure we get you bumped up into the queue. If you have 5 songs, we can put 5 songs in the queue. If you want to get bumped up 5 times, we can also do that. It's totally up to you. Just let me know what you want to do in the chat, and we'll make sure we do that for you. Do I speak Farsi? Horribly. Just like maybe 4 words. Maybe 4 or 5 words. Not well. When I've been in the past, I've always picked it up, but now, like, I kind of want to practice with. Really. So, again, probably only my dad. I was gonna practice, and nah. But like, I'll pick it up here and there. Not much though. All the bad words. I don't know the bad words. I'm more basic than the bad words. I really only know the shit that's like, hi, bye, thank you, how are you, I'm well. This food was delicious. Thank you for dinner. I feel like that's the extent of my vocabulary in Farsi. But I do want to learn. I do want to learn more. It's gonna happen one of these days. It's Pro XX. All right, cool. I got you. And I'll bump you up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that'll put you second, bro. What's my favorite meal? I'm definitely like partial to kubide with like Zeresh Polar. That's probably my favorite, honestly. And it's what I can get here. Gourmet Sabzi was probably my favorite when I was a kid. Maybe Lubia Pala also. Lubia Pala is like for everybody who doesn't know what that is, it's basically like biryani, like a rice dish. It slaps. It's so good. It's got like tomatoes in it, green beans, lamb, I think. It's good as fuck though. Persian food is great. For anybody who's not had Persian food, you gotta eat it. All right, we got a little queue going, so we're gonna get into it. Oh yeah, is that how you spell that? All right, so for everybody who's new in here, why do I do this? Who am I? What is this? What's the point of this? Let me explain. My name is Kayvan. I'm the Genius Distro Director of A&R. I've been at Genius for the last like 8 years, and I've worked on basically everything. This is a great song. Shout out to Deshaun Porter. This is also one of our songs we found on Twitch playlist. So I'm the director of A&R Genius Distro. Been a Genius for the last like 8 years. Done a bunch of interviews with artists. Done a bunch of content. Done a lot of content strategy. I've done branded content, live events. I've booked artists for all kinds of things at Genius. And that's what I've been doing for the last 8 years. But I've also been managing artists for the last 10 years. I've worked in live touring. I've been a publicist. I do a lot of like our contract shit myself out of necessity. And just generally do like a little bit of everything. I've been an artist myself. I also produce music. I've been a classical violinist since I was like 9 years old. So what we do here is get feedback on people's music. I make a lot of playlists. I sign a lot of artists. I listen to a lot of music. And I've looked at how a lot of artists have broken in their careers as well, and just learned a lot from seeing what people do, right? So the point of this stream is to like listen to music, give feedback. I'll be playlisting things and supporting artists as we go, pulling up socials, following them, because that's what we do every stream. And then you guys will be giving feedback in the chat too. So if you're here in the chat, you hear something that you think could improve, let us know. If you think something's amazing, let us know. But just be respectful. That's the only rule of being in here, is to just be respectful and treat people with respect, all right? So yeah, some of the artists we've worked with on the Genius Distro side of things over the last few years. Win, who's currently still working with us. Overcast, who we did the Reset EP for last year. Angela Moto, who we did his EP for this year. Ashoka, who we just put out the Dreamers Valley Deluxe version of a couple days ago. Serena, amazing Afro-pop artist from the DMV who I found here on stream. Chris Crack out of Chicago. Shout out to the dude who's in here. Who Chris Crack put me on. Bro, it's you. Anton Now, who we just signed this year as well, 16-year-old from Florida, found here in the stream. My name is J-Mac, who just did his first Camp Flognar, who was our first artist that we ever signed, and also the first artist, like one of the early artists in the Discord and stream as well. So, Graham is dropping tonight. I know, I'm excited. I hope he put it in my release calendar, but I bet he didn't. I'm gonna bug him about it. Anyway, so, Chorizo, it didn't. I didn't get a notification, but if it did, just let me know. All right, let's get into it. So we're going to listen to music. We're going to give feedback. You guys are going to get feedback as well. We're going to be respectful, and that's it. I'll be pulling up socials as we go, and if you hear with something you fuck with it, make sure you go follow the artist, all right? Let's get into it so you guys can see how this all goes. This is High As Hell by Boca starting out, and YTC. Yeah, bug him for me, bro. All right, we got something a little different from Boca today. Let us know what you think in the chat.
Man, high as hell. Probably smoke another one, I might as well. No, it's potent, you can tell just by the smell.
What was the inspiration for this one for you, bro? Because it is a little different than what I've heard. Release your music is great. You should, if you're an artist in the chat, release your music, because you never know what'll happen. At Boca the Grape on Instagram, make sure you follow if you're rocking with us.
Overdosing off the feeling, can't you tell?
Oh yeah, and go follow us on Instagram too. I didn't even do that part. I forgot that. Whoops.
I be hella fried, nigga. I'm the stoner type. Said you don't know how to.
Yeah, I'm gonna save this.
I can show you right. Bet my weed got
this just dropped yesterday. We'll put it in the new music with this playlist too. This was by Riley. Riley told me to release it. Ah, fuck yeah, bro. I love Riley. He's got such a good eye for visuals and just good taste. AD the Kid. Tonight's the night I get signed. I mean, we'll see, bro. We'll see. I do not move quickly on signing people. I just want you to know that right now. There's a lot more that goes into signing people than just listening to the music. And if you guys want to know, feel free to ask me questions about anything in the chat too. I'm always happy to answer music industry questions. I'm gonna be real with you. I'll keep it real, I promise.
Overdosing off the feeling, can't you tell?
You already subscribed, so you have a guaranteed play, D-Bells. If you want a second one, then you can gift somebody to someone else. You just hit the same button you hit to subscribe. But you're in the queue right now. I like this one, Boca. It kind of gives me like... I'm trying to think of what it reminds me of. It feels like the 2000s, bro. Is it the sample that's maybe catching my ear like that? I know, bro. But just know, sometimes it just takes something. I guess for me, like the signing shit, like, because I only have so many slots, right? Like sometimes that's what it is too, is just like a scheduling thing. And I've told artists this before, like I try to make sure that the way that we sign shit is like, because it's project based, I want to make sure that what we're signing can be the priority, right? Feel like some 3-6 Mafia, says World's Oz. I fuck with the sample. Hella, says 80 the Kid. Yeah, it sounds super familiar to me. I saved it in the songs we found on Twitch playlist and the new music of this playlist, which we'll update tomorrow. But yeah, sorry, just back to how I sign shit and like what I look for. Like, it's the schedule part of it is so important to me. So like if I have offers that are already out, or if I'm already in a conversation with someone, I try not to oversign shit. So even if I do want to work with an artist, sometimes the timing's not right. And so that's one thing that I do to say to artists sometimes is like, I already have offers out, basically, right, that I've been working on for like the beginning of next year. But those things will change like as conversations develop and as conversations change. So it's one of those things that's like constantly happening. And then also at the same time, there's like definitely things that I look for from artists before I want to work with them. And so I can talk about what those things are if you want. Let me know in the chat. But there's definitely like specific things that I look for now and things that I've learned in the last like 2 years of doing distro and seeing what's worked and what hasn't worked for us. And I think I'm getting more and more picky about those things the further I get into it. Because again, like at the end of the day, the most precious resource I have within the year and within the schedule is time, right? And like the time that I have to work on shit, push things to people, promote songs, pitch songs, like all that kind of shit. So like that, there's just so much nuance to like what I sign and how I sign it and what the catalyst for me being like, all right, let's do this is. So it's like every situation is different. But all that to say, keep sending me shit, because like at the end of the day, like me seeing development over time from an artist and growth is the thing that I'm looking for. And I think that's what was most successful for me in signing stuff so far, has been the stuff that, you know, over like 5 months, 6 months is shit that I've seen grow like pretty drastically. And when I say pretty drastically, like, it, you know, it's not small amounts. Like I have to think about this on like a very large scale, and like competing with people at the highest levels. Like, all right, like what are we looking for? You know what I mean? And it's like that too. And like also the music and like what the project is. Like there's just so much that goes into it. It's hard to be like, oh, this is the code. Because I don't even care if some shit goes viral on social like that. Like it's cool if it does. If someone has a viral moment, amazing. But it's like, what's the follow up? And like, what does that work ethic look like? And what are they doing? Or was it just luck? Or are they, you know what I mean? There's like just so much nuance to it. Yeah, that's the thing, is I'd rather care about what I work on too. It's like, I gotta work on it, right? So I gotta give a fuck. Because if I don't give a fuck, what, like, who's gonna do the work? You know what I mean? So like, there's that aspect of it as well. Schwartz, what's going on, man? This is Face Your Fears by Pro. Let us know what you think in the chat. This is my first time listening to Pro. I do think work ethic is probably one of the most important things I look for now, though. Pro, 2X's on Instagram. B-Dot, let me know the artist name in the chat. We'll make sure we get you bumped up. Oh. Yeah, I didn't have much feedback on that first one for you, Boca. I just really liked it. I like this chanted vocal here on the chorus. You are not too late. We just got started 17 minutes ago. We're 2 songs in. Definitely following you, bro. Pro 2X's on Instagram. I got you, B-Dot. This is pretty cool. I like your delivery style. Schwartz says this is feeling nice. Did this just drop? October 22nd. I mean, you're killing it on the social side. The content's looking great. Undertows, let me know the artist name in the chat. And let us know what you guys think as well. Hey. The chorus is really great, bro. When it gets to the chorus, I like it. I do feel like in the verses that maybe needs more layers, more ad-libs, just some things in there in the background. Especially in that first one, but this chorus moment is very good. Where are you from? Are you from Chicago as well, bro? Hey. I like this a lot. It's a really good beat too. you have a really interesting rasp to your voice, especially when you get into these melodic moments. Hooks to your specialty. I mean, that's a good thing. I feel like hooks are really difficult. Like a really compelling hook is a hard thing to write. But I think the way that you layered it. Oh, you're from Memphis? Shout out to Tennessee. You don't know this about me yet, but I lived in Nashville for like 6 years. So I got a lot of love for artists from Tennessee just in general. Are you from New Orleans originally? This does feel a bit like Tennessee now that you say that. Yeah, I'll review songs in other languages. I might not understand the lyrics, but I can still speak to the production, the arrangement, how it makes me feel. That's your homie Rudy on the second verse. Let's pull up his socials too. Unless he doesn't have them linked over here. Nah, he does. He doesn't. Oh, man. Come on. I got to hit you with the no socials. Make sure you go tell him. Make sure you go tell him he needs to put his socials in his Spotify bio. Very professional for the amount of monthlies. No, it sounds great. I think the hook is the strong part for me on this one. Pro 2X's on Instagram. I think, yeah, the hook for me is the most professional, great sounding part of it to me. The verses need a little bit of work, but I would say it's mostly on building out the overall sound of them and not necessarily like the lyrical content of it. Like, I feel like the storytelling, the writing was really solid, but it's just more so having those layers so that it feels as full in the verses as it does in the chorus, or at least like maybe slightly less, but not as not full as it was, if that makes sense. It's somewhere in the middle. It's close, but somewhere in the middle of like where you're at now, and then a little bit more layering on the verses. But I don't think it's like a drastic change by any means. I really like what I hear. All right, we got Jay Savant up next. Kenny made a banger. Let me know when you've submitted, and we'll make sure we pull you up as well. Never mind, I found it already. It's already there. I don't need you to tell me. We already got it. Straight into the next one, man. We got 3 more priority subscriber submissions before we get into a free bump from the submission form. So if you're in the chat, again, guaranteed play is subscribe or gift a sub, and you'll get bumped into our priority queue. But every 5 of those, we'll bump somebody up at random with our spinning wheel. Ooh. All right, this is Jay Savant. Good go, gone bad. I love this beat already. And I like that it's more contemporary R&B. B. I did see you, and you are in the queue as well. Hey. And if you are in the chat, make sure you go follow us on Kayvan's house too. We'll be doing some giveaways and a bunch of content. Yes, I will listen to music in other languages, but I may not understand the song. Just the lyrics. But I can talk about the other parts. Oh, did I not put you in the... Oh, maybe I didn't put you in there. My bad. My fault. I thought I put you in the queue. That's my bad, bro. I like this one a lot. This is probably one of my favorite songs we've heard from you so far. I do like your kind of like pop-leaning stuff as well. But your voice naturally lends itself to, I think, this like really classic R&B sound, so I like this a lot. Let us know what you think in the chat, guys. I love the layering on this. Everything feels really organic and natural, bro. It feels very authentic to you. That boy Brink says, I like this. I like this too. _ Jay Savant on Instagram. If you're rocking with this, make sure you go follow. Brink says, this is some shit I bump while smoking. This is some shit I just listen to. Walking through the airport, on the plane, in the Uber, in transit, moving around. Like this would be in my headphones. I'd leave this on if it came on. When is this dropping? You just made this today. So you didn't even have a release date for this yet. This is probably just in demo mode still. This is a very fleshed out demo, so if this is still a demo, don't do too much. Just made this today, so it's probably not finished, right? Suarez says this is fire, bro. It's like, it's got that thing, you know, like when you hear a song and it feels like super familiar and you almost know where it's going, but in the best way. I feel like that's the thing with this, is like the melody, while slightly predictable, I think it's predictable in a way where it's like, oh, I kind of already know what this is. And like, that was me listening to it for the first time. I was already able to sing along to it by the end of the song. I think that's a really good thing. I always say this, when a song already fucking makes me sing the chorus or the melody by the end of the song, you've done a good thing, because that's the goal, right? Is to get the audience to like remember it. So I like that one a lot, bro. I really actually love it. You can hear in his voice, can't fake that feeling, even the right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it just felt really authentic and true to you. I liked it a lot. I wouldn't do too much, even if you do touch it. Like, just don't do too much to it. It's very good. Super fire, unique melodies with 90s drums, says 80 the kid. Super 90s sounding, says Kenny made a banger. I like it. D-Bells up next, or not up next, sorry. Zara's up next, but D-Bells, I'll get you in the queue again with the second one. I appreciate you. This is Zara's up next. This is my next song I'm dropping. Would love some feedback and more ears to it. Thank you for your time. Thank you for submitting and giving us this exclusive listen to it as well, which is always fun for me. This one's called All of Me. This is the final mix, so let us know what you think in the chat. Kelko, let us know the artist name in the chat, too. We'll make sure we get you bumped up into the priority queue. If you're with us on Instagram, make sure you come hang out on Twitch. That's where we are right now, listening to music and giving feedback. A little bit of a quiet start, I will say, on this. I am somebody, I've been talking about this a lot recently, but quiet intros, I think it's maybe an opportunity to lose people in the first, like, 20 seconds. That's totally subjective, but just something to think about. I do love it when this vocal comes in, though. Beautiful voice. Epon says super catchy about that last one as well from Jay Savant. Patrick, what's going on, one? World Zars on Instagram. Brent Vibe says 80 to the kid. Did it 2 times and I have regrets. I think that's the thing that I see of it more than anything, is just like when I look at the streaming data too and I start to be like, all right, what is the reason that maybe we lost people? Sometimes that's what it is. Kenny says, I love those hi-hats. They are perfect for the song. The production is perfect. The quiet intro is maybe the only thing that I would point out as being a little tough for people, I think, if you're trying to get new listeners in. And so it's just sometimes you want to think about that stuff. I think musically, there's nothing wrong with it. But when you start to think about how people listen to music, that's where you might be like, oh, fuck. Like, if it's too quiet in the beginning and it throws them out of the vibe or takes them out of the mood that they're in, that's maybe when you can lose people sometimes. And that's truly just a psychology thing, I think. 80 says, start the song with a drum break. Yeah, or just get straight into the song sometimes. Or even just put more volume on those instruments. You know what I mean? You can always bring them down and automate the volume to come down when everything else comes in. But starting really, really quiet, sometimes you just lose them like that, I think. Vocals are buttery, said the Epons. Yeah, the vocals sound amazing. I love the bass line on this too. Just there's so much that I like about this song. I don't want you to think that it's all just about the intro. Like, I do think for me, I make it past the intro, I'm playlisting the song. You know what I mean? Jay says, is it bad that I'm waiting to release my best stuff? No, I don't think so. I low-key tell my artists to do that sometimes. But just make sure you continue to build your audience, you know what I mean? And tease the music as well. Don't be afraid to tease music. Kai says, just cut the intro and horror if you good. I think that's also fair. 10 seconds of it being quieter is maybe not as bad as 20 seconds. But look, 20 seconds is not a particularly long intro either. So again, like, I don't want to be like, oh, the intro's too long, the intro's too quiet. But like, I do think that it is quite quiet between when this synth note hits. Just because by nature it gets quieter, right? Like you hear the synth get quieter right here. And then when it comes back in again, yeah, I do feel like if you cut this in half and you just had it boom, 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 boom right here into the song, it probably would be good. I think I agree with Kai on that one. One bar straight into the verse would grab the audience for sure. Yeah, because it's not that it's too quiet throughout. I think it's just like when you get from the first like whatever like note into the second one, that's when it feels like it gets a little too quiet. But on that first one, it's loud enough. World Zars on Instagram though, WRLDZARS on Instagram. I am fucking with the music, just generally. That's like the 3rd or 4th song I've heard. Definitely a lot in that space, in that vibe. So if you like Brent, if you like artists in that space, you probably are going to like Zars as well. And the videos have been cool. That's probably one of the strongest suits for me with you as well that I've seen is like I really enjoy your visuals, so keep doing that. Maybe have the bass and the drums come in first and then straight into verses 80 the kid. Also an option. Play around with it. Jay says I'm dropping once a month while also being consistent with content. Yeah, you got to do that for sure. All right, this is Elijah Rosario, Out of Bounds, featuring Jay the BK. This is an artist from North Carolina that I love on the R&B side of things, especially the stuff he's been sending over for the last few months. It's all just been really, really strong. And I'm hearing the growth, the thing that I'm talking about, growth in the music. I'm hearing the growth in these releases every time I get something. So I'm excited to hear this one. Let us know what you think in the chat. If you fuck with like Don Toliver, Chris Brown, you probably like this artist. It's definitely a more contemporary R&B sound for sure. We got a free one coming up next. And he just cut this demo last night.
Don't see the signs. Now we're in a bind. Same book, but in two different chapters. Looking for some grace.
Let us know what you think in the chat.
Supposed to be a happy ever after. Lord knows what we're heading towards.
Melodies on this are great, bro.
Need to stand together, fight the odds against us. Getting hard to hear your voices, distance grows between us.
Yeah, this shit is like what I want to listen to on my ride home tomorrow. 8 hours in the car. There'll be a lot of this playing. I like this a lot, bro. 80 says I like the mix a lot, which is crazy because this is a demo from last night, so it's probably not a final mix either. Harmonies sound really good, man. Jay says, been a breezy guy forever. This sounds amazing for sure. Yeah, it reminds me of Black a little bit. This is probably the closest that I feel like you've been to Black and further away from like a Don Toliver bounce. But I think this is maybe the first one that I've heard that's like more dark. This feels like a darker R&B song, you know? And then this is Jay the BK, right?
You're losing patience with me. 2 hearts in my hand, I know why.
80 said, get these little TikTok models posted up with the song you have a hit. I mean, it probably would work.
Don't tell me I'm selfish. Girl, it's been heavy.
This has a really, really nice production to it as well, though.
We both at this house, but now it's just lie.
There's like a lot of really nice details happening in there. He's another artist out here in North Carolina. That's kind of fire. I didn't know that. He's dope too.
It's the way we fell apart when we stopped trying. The truth keeps screaming loud, but I keep lying. I see the pain I caused you. It's all mine. Shouldn't leave you alone. Ain't no loving, ain't no trusting.
Do you guys have like a back and forth moment at all? Not necessarily call and response, but just like moments where both of your vocals are layered on top of each other. Like, is that what's happening right now? Because if it's not, that's maybe the only thing I would suggest is when you get into this last chorus, maybe have him do some ad-libs and runs in the background. Pocket on these drums is super nasty. I agree with that. The production is like top tier, bro. You guys really killed it on this. I feel like that's the only thing that I would say is a moment like, if you think about like a fucking Omarion Marquez Houston like collab, right? Or like one of those like 90s, 2000s like R&B collabs. I feel like the one thing that you would hear that maybe we don't hear as much is just kind of like that moment where the artists kind of like overlap. The one that comes to mind, which is horrible that this is the one that comes to mind, but it's probably a fucking... Damn, I don't even want to say it. It's probably Usher and R. Kelly's Same Girl. And just like, that's the only one I can think of, guys. Please don't judge me. It's the only one I can think of right now. But I think the layering, the back and forth, like that's what kind of like I hear, you know what I mean, is maybe the only thing that I would suggest putting on there. But fuck, man, yeah, don't go listen to that one. But Kenny made it back and said cancel. Please don't cancel me, bro. I don't listen to it anymore. I know better now. Fuck. We got AVX up next. Brayon said goated song. That one's a tough one, guys. We can't listen to R. Kelly anymore. I can't forgive it. All right, this one's AVX, bro. I fucking... All right, well, it can't be. Sorry. AVX, I don't know if you're here, but you got to resubmit that because I can't even open that Google Drive. If you are sending unreleased music in, guys, don't send it on Google Drive, though. This shit never works. If you are in the chat and you haven't submitted yet, make sure you hit ! Submit. If you want to skip the queue and get bumped into our priority queue marked in orange, subscribe, gift a sub. That'll get you bumped up. All right. Fuckanoko. That is a crazy artist name. I wonder if it's Fuck Kanoko or Fuckanoko. The free spin got me tweaked. I love the free spin, bro. It's so much fun. All right, the sun's a deadly laser is the note that came with this. I have literally no idea what to expect, guys. Let us know what you think in the chat. It's called Carousel, produced by Pet Ran. It's jerk music? I guess. Let's find out. Let us know what you think in the chat. Yeah, fuck with this. Beat is interesting. So the kids are making jerk music again, but it's not the jerk music that we knew when we were young. I kind of fuck with it. I do kind of fuck with it. Fuck Kanoko on Instagram. 808 is stupid, I agree. I love the distortion on it. This is really good, said 80 the cat. I can fuck with this, man. I can listen to this. Market this to Netspan fans, definitely. Yeah, this is good. I fuck with this. I don't know if he's in here right now, but fuck Kanoko on Instagram. I wasn't expecting this. I like guy says, absolutely whipping the fuck out of my rental to this. Shit ain't getting returned. Don't crash it. But this is definitely some drive fast music. Produced by Pet Ran. Shout out to Pet Ran. Did a good job. Really, all of you did a good job on this. The vocal sounds pretty solid. I mean, lyrically, is it the most storytelling lyrical song? Nah, but is this shit a vibe? Yes. Would I listen to it? Yes. Did the beat go hard? Yes. The vocal melodies were nice. The vocal tone was nice. Get car edit pages to post this? Definitely. You could do any of those edits, any of those ridiculous edits that you see. You could do some real meme-y, like silly ones as well, and I feel like that would work well. All right, we got Tristan and Tyreek up next. Plus? Double plus? Who cares about lyrics? It's underground music. Yeah, exactly. I don't. My wife does. I don't. People always give me shit for this. I work at a lyric company. I really don't give a fuck about lyrics like that. Great blend of melodies, 808s, synth strings, all in different melodies and mesh well. All right, this is Autopilot by Tyreek. Oh, you guys give me the rap traps tonight. You guys give me some new age underground music tonight. I like it. Tyreek online on Instagram. Okay. Let us know what you think in the chat. This is the second single off the upcoming project. Brayon says this shit hard. I do like this. I think the vocal delivery is really nice. I think this mix is really, really well balanced. The sub is like loud and you can feel it, but it's not overpowering. The vocals cut through really nice. But you still have all those rhythmic elements as well. The drums don't get buried behind anything. Everything sits in a really nice space. One thing, maybe one thing that I hear, plosives on the S's on this voice specifically, that's the only thing that is maybe a little harsh, is the S's. So I would just keep an eye out for that. Other than that, though, I like everything that I'm hearing in this one. I mean, we'll see how long this gap is right here, because that might be one thing that I would say. But if it's gonna... not too long.
All of my life, my father had it rough, and now I feel the same. I've been praying hard enough for things to change. I change my ways. Watch me up these curses, do these verses, celebrate these chains. Celebrate these chains. Celebrate these chains.
A little bit of a tease there. I was expecting the drop. I mean, not looking this the wave, but
and where I'm trying to be. Some days my
But I think the way that the tension built, I almost wanted that drop to come before that break, personally.
Homie told me that he gon' pay for me. Then they took my bum and rest in peace. That's why I go hard with East Felice. Life's always been hard to set us free. Know the boy if I start some to elite. Man, the way I ball can be police. Man, I got dollars, commas, money on my mind. Dream so big it's really too divine. Word to nip this shit a marathon. Promise I'ma see the finish line.
Okay, this is a weird note. I maybe don't love the melodic nature of this part of this verse right here. From like 154 to 219. I low-key feel like it should be a little bit more aggressive than it is and less melodic. And that's maybe the only other note that I have. This break right here around 148, I think, me personally, I feel like I should just drop right there again. And then this melodic-y kind of delivery from 153 to about 218 for me is maybe not as aggressive as the rest of the delivery and feels a little out of place. Overall, really like this song a lot. I'm going to be super harsh and super picky just because I feel like when the song is good already, there's really not much else to say. A lot of this sounds and feels really good. The mix sounds really good. Plosives is something to think about. Arrangement, production moves really well, except for that one moment that kind of stands out to me. And then, yeah, even on the vocal delivery and everything feels really good. I think just that moment stands out, and because it stands out, I feel like I should say something. That's about it. Really good, though, overall. Tyreek Online, ++. That's Tristan and Tyreek. We got AD up next, bro. Let us know what you think of the chat. We're going to keep things moving. Again, if you want to guarantee your song gets played on stream today, best thing you can do is subscribe or gift a sub. That'll get you bumped into our priority queue. We got 4 more songs before another free bump, though. Of course, bro. That's what we're here for. As always, let us know what you think in the chat. Your opinion is very important, guys, if you aren't here. It's not just about what I think about these songs. Everything that you think is going to help these artists figure things out, too, all right? All right. This is a bearably long intro. Yeah. Hey man, this is my favorite song that I've heard from you. Immediately. Timmy O, what's going on, bro? Lead vocal melodies fly, says Brayon. Yeah, I fuck with this already. Production's really nice on this too. When are you planning on dropping this? You know what might be kind of wavy, bro? You might already be doing it. But hitting a little side chain on this sub to duck it out at moments so it doesn't feel as like constant, especially in that section right there from like 37 seconds on to like 130. If you're already doing it, ignore me. Love this part right here. This chorus section is really nice. I would maybe love to hit some harmonies on it. You've got some, but like building them as you get towards the end of the song. I'm always one for like building a climax the further you get into a song. Open up your doors. Yeah, I fuck with this. Overall, very good. My only suggestions are creative suggestions, but I don't even think it's like a... If you didn't do it, I wouldn't be mad. I like the song regardless. I just think you could try it, and it might sound cool, might not sound cool. You know what I mean? That's more than anything. It's just a suggestion, maybe. We got D-Bells up next, because I hope you love it as much as I do. And make sure you go follow, too. Adrian Tulio Sanchez on Instagram for that last one, AD. You can follow him right here, Adrian Tulio Sanchez. That's my favorite one, bro. Definitely my favorite one I've heard from you. Make sure you put that in our release calendar when you do drop it as well, because I want to make sure we support. All right, we got D-Bells up next. This is my first time listening to D-Bells. We got another one coming up from him shortly. It's called Lost My Friend. This is not the same submission, right, as this one? Okay, great. A little bit quiet on this sample in the beginning. I wonder how loud it's going to get when it drops, though.
Bryce did it again.
Out of Oakland, California. Let us know what you think in the chat. Maybe the volume thing is the biggest thing for me right now.
Yeah, I threw a ring down and told her that's what love went. When relationships is over, does the love end? When it's less to start.
Yeah, so for me, the biggest thing on this is the mix. All right, so this is what I hear immediately. Sub, quite loud. Vocal, a little bit buried behind the instrumental. And then also the other thing that I would say about the vocal.
Always rushing through the life, but we never pause it. Is the love you clinking to, or is it just nostalgic? You know it's real when the flaws is what make them.
Like, you do have the doubles in there. You do have like moments where it's not just one vocal track, and I do like that. But I think that whole section of vocals needs to come up in the mix overall. Brian says vocals a bit muddy. I think the sub is a bit loud, and that's really the thing that's like kind of detracting from a lot of stuff, and even in the production. The sub is much louder than the melodic aspects of the sample in the production too. So that's just something I would keep an eye out for. Chorizo, let me know the artist name in the chat again. Laurel, right? I think that's right. Haha. My memory serves me correct. I do like this. I like the idea here. I like that it's a more storytelling vocal lyrically. There's like something you have something to say. The biggest issue is definitely the mix, and especially the vocal mix being so buried in the background. But the other thing I would say is the sub. Keep an eye out for the sub thing, especially if the producer is the one who's doing the mixing too, because the producers do this all the time. I'm a producer. I'm guilty of this, but I think every fucking producer does this in the entire world. The bass will always be mixed too loud. And it's just because you want it to knock, and it depends on what you're mixing on and what you're listening on as well. But I think that's probably the thing that stands out to me the most in this. Scuba Squad Bells on Instagram. Make sure you go follow if you're rocking with that. We got another one coming up from him not too far from now. But I think on that one, that's probably the biggest thing that I hear there is just the mix needs a little bit of work, especially in making the vocal be the thing that kind of pops out and is the star of the show. All right, Untitled Project Baddie First by B-Dot. Let us know what you think in the chat. CTF B-Dot. Kind of love the way this started already. Try to focus on the sub being turned down. I think sub turned down vocal up is probably the biggest thing, because you can probably get away with it a little bit more with the vocals louder. But I do think the sub is a bit loud in the production overall. Yes. A little plug and B. This is... I do love a little plug and B. This has a good melody. That's one of the things I always look for from a plug and B song. Didn't expect the Cash Cobain. Yeah, we're closing the washing machine right now. It's cool though, because there's almost like ballet funk kind of like elements in the production as well. So it's not like strictly plug and B shit. There's other really cool rhythmic details in the production that I think like take it out of plug and B a little bit and not just traditional plug and B sound. I like this part because the thing that I was gonna say about the first section of this song is I could use a little bit more variation in like the rhythmic delivery and also the kind of like melody aspect of it, just to keep it more interesting and not make it repetitive. I like when you get to this part because it is variation. It does switch up a little bit. You need more vocal layers on this too. That's maybe the other thing I would say, some background vocals. The ad-libs are there and that's great, but because it's such a melodically driven song vocally, I feel like you need some harmonies in there. Even if they're tucked in the background a little bit more. It'll just fill it out a little bit more, and then you'll be relying a little less on the production, I think, to carry it through. But I do really like this. Overall, it's like a really, really nice song. CTF B-Dot. I think for you, it's just the little details. You know what I mean? It's adding more little details and kind of building it out further. I definitely tried to add a little more pitching in there. I remember you told me that. Yeah, well, you definitely did that. So that's great. Like, there's definitely variation in that. I think it's just in that first section. Just try to make sure that you're not getting repetitive. But I love the variation in the production specifically. I think that's one of the things that stands out to me the most there is, like, it doesn't feel just like Plug and B because there is these little elements of different inspiration rhythmically, especially in the percussion and stuff, that you can just hear, and they're in the background, but they're there. It's a really, really nice beat choice as well. All right, we got Spider up next. We got our first YouTube video of the night. This one's called Act Right. Let us know what you think in the chat. 3 million views on this video. I'm definitely getting DMCA'd for this. There's no way I don't get DMCA'd for this one. Solid video though, off the bat. Nice lighting. Whoever did the lighting design on this did a really good job. Oh, this is fire. Oh yeah, I gotta go save this on Spotify as well, because this one's definitely going in my playlist. Yo, what up? If you're with us on Instagram, come hang out on Twitch. We're live right now for the next hour and 10 minutes. Yeah, this is immediately going in my playlist. I love this. I love everything about it. Great voice. Maybe a little bit too much reverb on the mix for me, but honestly, I feel like that's very of the genre too, so it's not that bad. Where's she from? I don't want to guess. Just in case it's the wrong island. But I have a feeling she's from the islands. My brain I get dark. Cause if a boy don't walk right, I'll find a new man by midnight. This is dumb hard. I like this a lot. From Kingston? Yeah, okay. That was I was gonna guess Jamaica, but I just wanted to make sure I wasn't on the wrong island. This is very good. This is such a nice balance to it. The vocals are perfect. The mix is perfect. Oh, don't worry. I'm gonna be diving in for sure. I say I love you. You say you love me. But it must be something different. I really don't have much. There's not really much feedback that I could give to this. I really like it a lot. I will be listening to this. And definitely gonna dive into the discography a little bit more too. Favorite section right here. Not this part, but prior to this is what Brayon was saying. Don't send it in the chat here. Hit the link in my bio. You can send your music in for free. There is a Google form for you to fill out. I'll find a new man by midnight. You're trying to play games, it's alright. You know I've been real mad girl from morning. I'll never put my heart in. Nigga, this is on. Yo, this is sick. Thank you so much for sending this in. I really like this a lot. It's a great video too. I mean, the video fits, but again, shout out to whoever did the lighting design in this. Because that's all like real, right? All the like shapes and everything in the light. They have to have set up like fucking stencils and stuff in front of their lighting. It's great. Very cool, very cool. All right, let's pull up the socials as well. Oh, that's not right. What are the socials? Do you have them? I would also just make sure you go fix that on the YouTube video, because you got hella views on a YouTube video. Very good. Okay, spider.gal on Instagram. Sick, man. Like I'm like actually so excited about that one. It was really great. All right, we got another free bump coming up next at random. Let's get everybody in the spinning wheel. Again, if you subscribe or gift this up, that'll get you bumped into our priority queue marked in orange. That is a guarantee you'll get played on stream today. You don't have to do it, but if you want to guarantee you get played, that is the best way to do that. Otherwise, every 5 of those, we're going to do this thing with a spinning wheel. Last 30 minutes of the stream, which is in about 35 minutes from now, will be dedicated to people who are in the chat hanging out with us too, so there's always options. Kyrie Battle up next. Yo, I'm low-key. I just still can't get over how good that was. The melody is stuck in my head. I'm going to be singing that one all night. Ah, fucking Apple Music. God damn. I guess I got to start telling people from now on they got to send in a Spotify link. Scenic Route. Scenic route. Okay. Oh, D Bells. You come here. D Bells is back. Scenic route, Kyrie battle. All right, we got it. All right, let us know what you think in the chat, guys. We're gonna keep things moving.
She just hit my phone and asked me for my location. Say she trying to see me, but she getting impatient. I'm not anybody, girl. I think it's time we face it. This is who I am now. I'm starting to embrace it. Yeah, this lifestyle came with changes.
I like the production on this.
I know the owner's racist. I feel like a bigot cause I only like blue faces.
I do think that the vocal feels a little thin.
I know they need the love more than me. Yeah.
So I would like to hear a little bit more body in the vocal. Kyrie.battle on Instagram. Out of St. Louis. Kenny Banks said Jack Harlow, question mark. I don't think so. You think he sounds like Jack? I guess maybe slightly I hear it.
Who grew up full of theyself to the niggas who ain't come from with wealth to the niggas who too stubborn for help to the niggas.
I mean, the master overall is a bit quiet.
Yeah. She just hit my phone and asked me for my location. Say she
I do wish there was a little bit more body in the vocal. I think that's the biggest thing for me is the vocal feels a little thin on this.
This is who I am now. I'm starting to embrace it.
I do kind of like the melody. Lyrically, I'm not terribly mad at it. There's maybe lines here and there that I think could improve.
I feel like a bigot cause I only like blue faces and I got number love for the fuck niggas hating.
Yeah, I mean, like, to me, the biggest thing here is the vocal mix and just making the vocal feel a little bit more robust and punch through a little bit more than it does. Which, look, like, if you're in here, you hear me say this all the time. This is a mistake that I think a lot of artists make, especially earlier on in their careers. And it is just a mix thing. You know what I mean? It's just getting that vocal mix down, getting that vocal chain down properly so it cuts through in the right way. I mean, you also did not need the 40-second outro, instrumental outro, you probably also could have cut. For me, you don't need that necessarily. Like, it's, you know, it's fine. I don't need a 40-second halftime outro. That could be easily like 4 bars or 8 bars tops. And then you have a like higher replay value, shorter song kind of vibe. Like, that's maybe the only other thing I would say. But the biggest thing for me is that vocal mix and just making sure it punches through a little bit more and is a little bit thicker. Kyrie.battle. And I say this to vocalists all the time, right? Like, if you're a vocalist, the vocal is your instrument. That is the thing that you want to highlight. He left space for me to spit. Stop it. All right, let's get into this next round of priority subscriber submissions. We got 4 more. Again, if you do want to subscribe or gift a sub, that'll get you bumped into the queue. You'll be number 5. We'll do another free bump after that. But if you don't want to, in about 20-30 minutes, we'll start bumping people up from the chat for free. So stick around, take part in what we're doing here. Let us know what you think of these songs. And there's always the opportunity to get bumped up for free further into the stream. This is Dollar Water, and Kenny made a banger. Up next, is this just a beat? Or we got some Dollar Water vocals on this one. Work in progress. It's called Roundtable Talk. Kenny's a super fire producer, though, who's here in the chat as well, so you guys got to tap him. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Add Dollar Water on Instagram for the vocalist. Hey. Kenny made a banger on the production. This sounds great. I do kind of wish his vocal was a little bit thicker too. It feels a little squashed in the EQ. Pusha T vibe, says Brown Bliss. Does have a Pusha T kind of bounce to it in the delivery. No, this guy, he's got an attitude in his vocal as well. I just wish it was a little wider, EQ, like bandwidth wise. I'm never lost, I just adjust the route. Yeah. Sometimes I feel my sole purpose, now I have decent option. And some more ad-libs, doubles on the vocals. Those are the things I feel like I'm lacking on this right now. It is a work in progress though, so I'm gonna give him a little bit of a pass on that. Seeing how we both dropped out of college and believe our people choose to live in bondage. While I'm telling Jay how every day I will play that S Carter and 444 albums for both of my daughters in the womb. Hoping they would very Pusha T vibe on this vocally. I fuck with it. Again, Kenny made a bang on Instagram for the production. Dollar Water on the vocal. Hey, hey.
this my fate. Wait, damn, gotta do something soon.
No, I like this one. You guys killed this.
Glass bottles about to be my doom. I just hope I could put my trust in you. Cause without the fans, my life's a fucking ruse.
Yeah, good job. I don't really have too much feedback on that. Definitely not on the production side of things. Like, if anything, it's really just the vocal and making sure it's a little bit more robust. Outside of that, though, really good vibe. Yeah, super impressive on the rap side of things too. That's probably the best that I've heard him do so far. In all honesty, you guys have got good chemistry already, just between you, like especially on the vocal / production side. Really, yeah, like a really dope combo. It doesn't always feel that way when people work together for like one of the first times. So like, that's really like, do more, make more songs together. All right, this is The Fallen by D-Bells up next. All right, bro, fresh ears on this one. Again, out of Oakland, California. We just listened to one not too long ago. Biggest feedback was on the sub and on the vocal leveling more than anything else.
Yeah, it was pain in my eyes when I read those words. If you ain't lost the ones you love,
I love this beat. This beat is crazy.
Wash away the pain, but the scars is deep. The price is steep, can't regain all the ones you lost. I know you read the niggas die, but did you learn the cause? Cause I didn't see the rest.
Let us know what you think in the chat. You know, I'm gonna save this one in the playlist, and I'm gonna have to come back to it and listen to it again with fresh ears in a couple days. But the mix does feel better on this one overall. Vocal's still maybe a little bit tucked behind the instrumental more than it should be. But your vocal tone is really nice and your delivery is really good on this one. I kind of prefer this kind of delivery from you as well, this delivery style. So if you aren't doing more music in this direction, I would. I like this. I think I like this song more than the other song, if I'm being real. This one stands out to me a little bit more. What is this sample? I know this fucking sample, but I can't put my finger on what it is. Let us know what you think in the chat, but I'll rock with this one. Realist K is the sample. Yeah, man. That one definitely stands out. Of the two, this one stands out more. I poured more heart into this one, I can tell. It just something about it feels like more there, I think. Scuba's Quad Bells on Instagram. His first song went viral. That's a really, really good flip. I'm not upset about that one. I think, yeah, like if I'm going to be super picky, it's still the vocal thing. I still think your vocals could come up. But I do think that the vocal delivery style and just the way you wrote the song, like to me, that stood out a lot. Like that is definitely something for me that caught my ear immediately. As soon as your vocal came in, it felt good. So great job. I didn't say this today, but you know, if you guys need distro, 3 months of free distro right here with 2 Lost. If you use KH as your little code too, you can also hit KH in the chat and that'll pull that up for you. Or TL. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Kelko up next, and then Laurel. Again, if you want to guarantee you get played on stream, best thing you can do is subscribe or gift a sub. That'll get you bumped into this priority queue marked in orange. But if we get through all these, we'll just go back to our random spinning wheel and listen to some things at random. Kelko up next. Let us know what you think in the chat, guys. What I found. Again, your feedback is very important. So as much as I get feedback, I want to know what you guys think of these songs too. It's not just about what I think. All right. Kelko's out of the DMV. R&B, jazz, pop, and rock. I feel like I actually listened to this song recently and saved it in another playlist, potentially. Was it this one? I put it in something.
I was just searching for a reason.
Where the fuck did I put this?
Something to believe in. Then you went and changed on me.
Maybe I didn't, but I like this a lot. I definitely heard this. Where did I hear this already? You did get a save. I put it in the playlist. Hey, yeah, if you gift a sub, that will get you bumped into our priority queue. Very cool vocal, says Mishka, sorry. Jangy says, oh, sorry. Crayon says tone is so fresh and unique. Face is nasty, says Epons. It's really nice. I don't know where I heard this, but I heard this recently, and I thought this already. I was like, this is really cool. This is off the In Between EP, which just came out on the 19th. So maybe I heard this in the release calendar. Very well mixed and mastered performances. Kai. Brand says, "Damn, this might be my favorite song of the stream." Oh. Reminded me of Rez at Kelco on Instagram. Maybe Graham told me about this? I'm not sure. How long have you been making music for? I dropped What I Found as a single last week. That's probably where I heard it, then if it came out as a single last week. I'm gonna come back and listen to the rest of this too. Ejale, is that how I say that? At Kelko, K-E-L-K-O-E on Instagram. Just started releasing music this year, but playing music most of my life. What did you start on playing? Like, what do you play right now? Just out of interest. I love the harmonies on this. Vocal arrangement's really, really nice too. I mean, the instrumentation's already good, but the vocal arrangement also really stands out. Piano, guitar, ukulele, I love it. Yeah, it's always the damn piano. Actually, so I learned violin first, and then I taught myself piano, and I always wish that I'd learned piano as a kid, because it just translates to so many different instruments and so many different styles of music, and I do think it's one of those things where, like, you know, for me, when I have kids, I'm probably going to try and make them play the piano first, because it does, like, you can just use it for so many different things. All right, we got Laurel up next. Just made this an hour ago. You guys love to drop shit in here when you've literally just gotten out of the fucking studio. Jack says, all my real violinists turn up. Bro, it's in the closet. I don't play it as much these days, but I still can. I just can't read sheet music the same way anymore. I played in orchestra for like 10 years, though. I just don't really like playing it on its own. I gotta be real. I really like the delivery, like, style on this. Like the more whispered sound. Yeah, I liked the bird sound in there too. What is Two Lost? Two Lost is a distribution platform, which you can sign up for and subscribe to, but they're also like a really, really good company overall. Like we use them for Genius Distro. I use them for my own management shit. Their back end is really nice, and that's the thing that I like about it. I'm not gonna log into my back end because I don't want to show all of the stuff, but this is how much it usually costs. It's like $20 a year to sign up and distribute unlimited releases, one artist. You can do a label if you want, but you know, you can do all these splits on the back end. There's a bunch of tools that are really cool. I would love the vocal turned up a little bit as well. Demigod Tribe, good morning to you. Where are you at? But it's just a distribution platform. So if you are looking for a new distributor, it's kind of like you can sign up, right? But like if your shit does well, then you'll start to get prioritized. So that's one thing about every distributor. Like all of them are kind of the same in that way. But to me, the thing that I like about their platform the most, and I talk about this all the time, is their back end. They have tools on the back end that you can use to collect data and all kinds of stuff. Currently on that 360 deal with distro, I have to pay to keep the music up. That's not good. Like whatever that situation is, DistroKid. Oh, I'm dead. Yeah. I don't like that either. I mean, it's the same with most of the self distribution platforms. So Two Lost is the same in that sense, but you can get 3 months with the with this code, which will at least give you time to test it. But for me, I think that better than DistroKid for a couple reasons. One, it's really easy to get in touch with support and like get things fixed if you need to get things fixed. DistroKid's fucking horrible with that. Like you literally gotta DM them on Twitter or something stupid like that. You gotta like, climb a mountain and walk 10 miles and then send a mail in from a specific mailbox. Like they make it as hard as possible for you to get in touch with them. If you give 10K bits, no, you don't have to do that. I'd rather you either just donate on PayPal or subscribe or gift a sub. Yeah, and then prove you there are. Yeah, it's the most ridiculous shit ever. Like you have to jump through like a billion hoops to get tech support on DistroKid. So I like them more than DistroKid for the fact that it's easy to get support. You can also do things like on their back end, apply for pub admin. So instead of having to register all of your songs on like all these different places, you could just do it with BMG. I think they take 15% of your pub like money. So they're not actually taking your publishing, but they're taking your pub money to administrate your publishing and get you all of your money. So, you know, that's easy. It makes life easier. You can do things like usage discovery, so you can see what people are using your music across YouTube or like vlogs and stuff like that, and like find it, reach out to those people and connect with them and connect with fans. You can also collect a lot of data like emails, that kind of stuff from pre-saves. The analytics portal is fantastic. You can apply for advanced funding if you have a back catalog where you can do that as well. So to me, they're probably the best like self-serve distro company that exists. That's truly how I feel. That's why I like them so much. Do I have a pre-save page to show us? Yeah, I mean, I guess I can. This is one of the ones we're dropping tomorrow. What up, Venus baby? How you doing? So this is what they use. It's the same fucking like it's the same shit that everyone has. I'm pretty sure they use Feature FM, so it's the same as Feature FM, right? But on that back end, like it just gives you so much data. They've also got a really cool thing where you can like. It's a new tool. It's called Fan Blast. So all of the emails that you collect in your pre-save, you can actually send them like push email notification with like a personalized message. So you don't have to pay for a mailing list either. You can use a mailing list off the back end. And then if you want to download all this data so you have it on your own and it doesn't just exist in that back end, you can do all kinds of reports, like down to like the most intricate reporting that you could want to look at all of the data and all of the stats on the back end. Like it's very good. That's like the thing for me is like all that shit is way more valuable than what you get from a United Masters or a DistroKid or like any. Yeah, that's it for the price. Like I just think you get way more from that for me personally. All right, we've got this one from Ijale up next. This is a new single that just came out, and then we'll do one. So I'll get you in the wheel in a second, Venus baby. Damn, this is not out in my country yet. This one's not out for me yet. Is there a way that you can send me this so I can listen to it? Because I can't listen to it this way. Laura, we'll get you bumped up as well. I guess we'll do this free one first, and then let me know, and we'll try and get you, okay? Laurel, I'll bump you up. Yeah, so I just think for the money that you pay to do it, like DistroKid is a fucking pain in the ass. And I've worked with basically all of the self-serve distros at this point. Like, I've done them personally as an artist. I've done them for other people. And it's just like, to me, Too Lost is the best backend. You can do your splits right there on the back end too. And like, again, if you just fucking like show that you're like actually moving and like people are listening to your music, it'll be, you know, they'll up you to being a priority artist because that's just how they work. Like the A&R team is actually actively looking out for things like that. So, you know, those are the reasons that I'm very pro. That also the guy who runs it, like he's a producer as well. So a lot of the things that they create for artists are very like artist first. Like, is this actually useful or not? So there'll just be more tools that get added that are really good. They also do a lot of contests. They do a lot of support for their clients and social and stuff like that too. So it's just like, there's so many like good things. Too Lost is the company. So if you want to sign up, you can use this code as well for 3 months free. There's the registration page and a link to it. So if you do want to sign up for Too Lost, you know, to me, it's just a better distro back end. And then like, you know, when you do work with them on a more priority basis, I love that team. They're all really great. They all do a really good job. I've not had any issues with them personally. Everyone's experience is going to be different. I will say that of every distributor, right? Everybody's experience will be different, but when you are a priority, and this is the case anyway, you'll get better work, right? So for me, the shit that I work on, god damn it, still not available here either, bro. Damn! Can you send it again? Let's do this free one for now. Yeah, that's my thing, is like, fuck DistroKid. Honestly, like, they're dog shit. I hate working with them. And United Masters, I have not had a good experience with United Masters personally. So that is the only thing I can speak from. United Masters fucked a release up for me so hard, and then it took forever for them to fix it. And it was like, there was all these promises of like, oh, we're gonna get you in the 2K soundtrack and like all this shit. Like we were talking to like an A&R who signed us and would like promised us all this shit, and then we didn't get any of that work at all. And it was just like, why the fuck did I even waste my time with this? Like, why would you tell me all this shit and then not do anything at all? So my experience with United Masters is basically that they didn't fucking do anything, and then I just left immediately. So like, I had one release go out with them, they fucked it. I had a person that I was supposed to be talking to, she didn't do shit. It was just like a bad situation. So I didn't have a good time doing stuff with them. We left pretty much immediately and went from them to Too Lost after that. So I've been with Too Lost since like 2017 across everything.
I'm feeling childish, I'm feeling free.
So,
I'm in my tail far back.
Oh, not 2017, maybe like 2020. 2019 maybe. I mean, try it. Like I would suggest everybody try everywhere, because everyone's experience is going to be different again. So like, you're not going to know until you try it for yourself. But Ijale official out of Australia. This is fire.
Made a way. Mom and dad, they didn't hand me none except my
For
sense of place.
Ejale, for you, just make sure you put this in my release calendar too, so I can get this tomorrow when it's out for me. Shloop, what's going on, bro? I saw you in the chat too. I was just going off about United Masters very quickly.
You can't comprehend the vision, it ain't in you. This was clandestine.
This is mad chill. Sometimes the accent's a little tough, I think, with Australian artists, especially on the hip hop side. But yours is really nice. It's like really subtle. It comes in really nice ways. Jack says, love how you actually use your accent. That was the thing I was gonna say too. Count drum kit, love the count, bro. That dude's a beast. I love the melodic aspects on this too. Vocal layering is really nice.
Listen to this shit one time.
Ejale official. Am I saying that right? I always want to make sure I'm getting people's names right too. And as always, guys, feel free to ask me questions about whatever you want in the chat. I'm happy to answer these questions because, like, this is all I think about now. Distro management. It's like what I do all the time. So, Venus Baby said I'm here for this. Me too. Oh. Oh. Is this you singing right now as well? Or is this Boy Soda? Whoever's hitting these falsettos, good job on the falsetto. Beautiful. Is he also from Australia as well?
I do it all pro bono, don't need no fee or promo. Try if you will, but it's easier said than done if we talk about ego. Faces, what are your faces? Drinking and smoking on fucking new people.
Oh, very Buddy-esque on this part. This is fire. Patrick says that's crazy actually. This is really cool. I like this a lot, guys. This will definitely go on my playlist this weekend. I like this.
Level up with me, level up with me. Oh, level up with me, no.
Kind of a little Anderson .Paak-esque at the end here too. Now this shit is cool. Great job on this. Yeah, I agree. Love the way you use your accent. Like, I think it actually sounds really good. Sometimes it's a little hard to get through, but I feel like you just leaned into it in the right places. Melodically, it was beautiful. Production-wise, I really enjoyed the actual like musicality to it. Like, overall, really, really great job. That is immediately going in my playlist tomorrow once it's out for me. Yeah, fucking great. I want more. I want to hear more from you. All right, Ferrari Smoke, you did win this free bump, so you're going next. I didn't forget. This one's called 1374 Boulevard. Let us know what you think in the chat. I do think I listened to this already, and I do have notes. I think I had notes when I heard it the first time. Yo, seriously, thank you so much for sending it in here. How did you find us as well? I'm just curious. I know we support a lot of artists from Australia, so that's probably how, but I'm just you know, I always want to know. Too Dope Rory on Instagram. So immediately one of the first notes that I had on this one, because I did like it, it was mostly just that I really wanted the drums to be a little bit more like in your face than they are. Oh fuck yeah! Shout out to your manager. I love that. He is on the pulse. He's listening. He's paying attention. And then for me on the vocals, just a little bit too much reverb. It's close, bro. I will say that it's so close to being like perfect in this space. I still think there's just a little bit of work to be done on the mix. Like, I do feel like the guitars are a little too buried in this mix. I'm trying to think of a good like mix reference point for you. The vocals do cut through, which is nice, but I do think that the reverb muddies them up a little bit more. Let us know what you think in the chat, though. I'm curious to know what everybody else thinks. Again, I'm not an engineer, so I don't always have the most technical feedback to give. It's so close though, bro. I will say, like, you guys are very close, and I do like this. But to me, the only reason I didn't playlist it and the thing that you submitted for recently was purely just because of the mix.
smiling at the moon. I jumped in front of fire. Turns out I'm not bulletproof. Take my hand and leave.
You know what it is, man? I think that the mix needs to lean more traditionally rock than it does. Because it feels like it's almost still like a hip-hop mix in some sense. And I do feel like it needs to lean just a little bit more traditional, like rock, punk in the mix. I definitely like the vibe and the direction a lot, but I still just feel like the mix is not quite true to the genre yet, and that's maybe the thing that's taking me out of it. It's like, I feel like, all right, let's see if we can find a punk song really quickly that's like in that space, right? Like, maybe the Emo Forever is not the right one, but maybe that's not it either. All right, actually, this is probably a good mixed reference point here. There's this artist called Amir El Feki. That song was called "A Message from God" by Ferrari Smoke. Or sorry, not "A Message from God." It was from Ferrari Smoke though. I think this artist would be a good reference point for you, mix wise, right? Like, you hear how heavy the guitars are. I feel like that's maybe the thing I'm missing from you right now. The drums can be a little bit more in the back. I like the song a lot, but I just want the mix to lean a little bit more into like this kind of sound, because that's where it is. And like the reverb's on the vocal, right? But it's not so present on the lead as it is on the backgrounds. And I love this. You guys need to check this artist out. She's so fire. But I do think, go Ferrari Smoke, whenever you see this, go listen to Amir El Feki. Listen to the way that the everything's like mixed. And I think you'll get a lot from it. Because it's definitely in the same space. I'm such a fan of this type of music too. So I think that's maybe why I'm more picky about it. And this maybe leans a little bit more metal at times than it should, than Ferrari's music does too. But Two Dope Rory on Instagram, again, I feel like it's very close. There's still just those little things in the mix that are holding me back from supporting it fully and playlisting things. That's it. All right, Midnight Rituals by Mook and Neo.itm up next. Let us know what you think in the chat. This is another video for us tonight. Let us know what you think. We're going to keep things moving. We're going to get into some free bumps from the chat very shortly, so stick around. Only got about 3 songs left before we get into that. This is a crazy video already. I like that it's low budget and DIY, but still has these crazy edits going. It keeps it interesting. Twitch ads is crazy. Yeah, sorry, they are. They are a little crazy. This video is wild. I don't know if the song... I don't know if I can get into the song rhythmically. Like, I'm having a hard time, like, catching the rhythm of it. It's kind of a vibe, though, at the same time. J4, thanks for the follow. I think right time, right place, this goes crazy. I think it's a little hard to get in the rhythm of the chorus for some reason, though, because of the production. I think it's like literally one sub note that feels like it's in a weird spot, and that's what's throwing me out of it. Video's crazy, though. And I have to commend the work, because you guys definitely put the work in on this. You've also committed to the energy of the song in the video, too, and that I do like. But I do think at times it's just rhythmically a little hard to, like, find the bounce, to. And I say this about, like, a lot of music that feels a little bit more abstract in general. Sometimes it's just hard to catch the bounce to it. And I think for a casual listener, that's maybe where you'll lose people a little bit more, but... yeah, I'm not necessarily mad at that. If you want to subscribe or gift a sub, that is a guarantee you'll get played on stream today. You'll get bumped into our priority queue marked in orange. We only have one more song left in it right now. We are going to get into some free bumps from the chat very shortly. So if you do stick around, usually in about 5 minutes from now, we start bumping people up from the chat for free. We'll try and move in a little bit more of a rapid fire kind of mode, so we'll listen to as many songs as possible, but try and get through as many as we can. So far, we've just been going through priority subscribers with a free bump every 5 of those. So this next one's from Joe Jass. This is a song I rapped, produced, and shot/edited. But again, yeah, this is probably last call. If anybody does want to subscribe and get into that priority queue, I would say do it now. Subscribe, gift a sub, you'll get bumped in it, because I do like to make sure we get as much of the free bumps as possible. All right, this is Joe Jass, Left Hearted Bandit. I think if you're a fan of like Tyler and everything that he's done with Odd Future, this is an artist that you'll probably really appreciate creatively. I've definitely had notes on the mix, I think, more than anything in the past, but this dude is making everything himself, including the videos, and just creatively, I think it's in a space that's really interesting and unique, and I think that is the thing that long term is probably going to really help this artist stand out. So all that to say, take a look at this, take a listen, let us know what you think in the chat. But just know that this dude is literally doing everything himself, 100% done by him. And creatively, I do really enjoy.
Have you ever been with a bandit? Hearts on flatch and they drip when I bag them. Would you ever be with a bandit? Never stay masked. Defense from the past.
J4, we'll get you in the priority queue in a second as well.
Never been with a bandit. Tell by the way you never leave. It's tragic.
I do still think the vocal mix needs a little bit. It's very close. This is probably the closest it's ever been.
Most times affection makes me nauseous. I thought that would leave when the
and so it's the plosives in the vocal, right?
Emotions never stored them.
That's one thing.
Eyes never force it. Leak never.
These visuals are so good though every time, bro.
Or weakness just to find the norms. They never
just so much creativity in these visuals every time you send them over. It really makes me not care about the mix every time I see a video that you make. Epon says, love this. Are you still living in London?
Life will bend you and fold. Things you have no control over. You need an army to float up.
There's just like such a cool storyline in all these visuals, bro. Frank Ocean / Tyler She-coded visuals. That's what I think. It's like, it reminds me of like early fucking Odd Future in like the best ways, and every time Joe Jass sends something in, I feel that way about it. Salutes love this vid. Yo, this kid is doing all of it, bro. Like, he's doing all the direction, like production, mix, master. It's pretty cool. J-Force is loving when artists do it all themselves, allows them to showcase their art in the purest form. That's what I like about this, honestly. It's so authentic to who this kid is.
Will you ever stay with the bandit?
Yeah, bro, you just gotta keep grinding. Like, you're gonna find your audience. Seems like you already are a little bit too.
We all got our own goals. Find what we don't know, but tell me where the yours go. Follow the bandit.
Love the video treatment, seriously. So because rock with this and like how he's willing to do it all himself. It's really just like continuing to improve on the mix, I think, bro. And as soon as you get to that point where the mix is dialed in, like, I don't know, you just gotta figure out how to get it more in front of more of these Tyler fans, because I just feel like they'll love it. So much I like about this. I'll pull up the socials for you guys in a second as well. Have you ever been with a band with the I love the way it feels, bro. Mishka said this vibe's super dope. Musically and artistically, as far as the visuals, TikTok been pretty good. That makes a lot of sense, because I could definitely see kids like really fucking with us on TikTok. But yeah, bro, like, look, I know I say this every single time, but like, you definitely have it. You know what I mean? It's just like getting the mix down. I think that's the one thing that I still feel like could improve a little bit. But that's it. I think the production's really cool. Like, the way that you're using like the synths and everything, like it does remind me a lot of like early Tyler in the best ways and the best parts of it as well. It's not the same as, because like you're not doing the shock value shit. You know what I mean? And that's the thing that I appreciate about you as well. It's like you're not emulating what Tyler and Odd Future did, but we can tell that you take inspiration from that and it's like the best parts of that as well. You know what I mean? So I'm just excited to see you grow and continue to grow as an artist, because every time you send something in, honestly, I'm always super impressed. J4 says, great job. Epon says, so catchy. It's great. It's just really great creativity. And I think that's like a really hard thing to teach an artist too, is to like how to be creative and how to like create things that other people aren't doing. And like, to me, I think that's the thing that stands out the most about that artist. Harry Muffin Man on Instagram. I know it's a ridiculous Instagram name, but I kind of fuck with it too. Masha, what's good, bro? J4 up next. This drops tonight. Let us know what you think in the chat. We're gonna get into some free bumps from the chat after this, so make sure you're paying attention. All right, because if you miss your chance and you don't put your name in the comments, I don't want to hear, oh, you didn't play my song 30 minutes from now. I'm gonna get pissed. I'm tired. All right, this is where you at with Avara by J4. A really, really different R&B kind of pop vibe. Vocals are nice though. Yeah, but also in the best way. That's what, you know what I mean? It's like, it's a little silly, but like I like how silly it is. It's JT4 on Instagram. Yeah, this is great, dude. Where are you from? This is very good. Hitting already, says Brayon. Somebody put some weird coupon in the Discord. I'm gonna delete it because I just don't know if it's phishing or not. Venus Baby said I love. From Ohio, but you live in LA. I love that, man. A little slower than what you usually do. What do you usually make? Like, do you lean more pop, more R&B? And do you produce too? I like this a lot. Patrick says beautiful. Brayon says this is a vibe. I see we've got some mutuals. Oh, we got some cool. You produce all your own? Do you ever produce for other artists? Isaac Poe, what's going on, bro? We're about to get into some free bumps from the chat very shortly. This is ItJT4 on Instagram. Or sorry, ItJ4. Artist name is J4, J-F-A-R. Usually pop with funk R&B influence. That's fire. I like this a lot, bro. Great job. Who is Avara as well? Oh, this Avara, who I literally just found the other day when I was like going through some curated playlists. I think that's probably how we ended up in the same place, right? I literally just heard this artist for the first time and was super impressed. So it's not really shocking that, again, I like something that they're on. Super dope. Like, literally just found her like last Friday and was like, yo, this music is super, super cool. I gotta put this in my playlist. But yo, yours is too. Like, not to take away from what you're making. I really, really like what you make a lot. And I definitely want to hear more. All right, so for the next section, guys, we got about 27 minutes left. So this is what we like to do every stream. At the end of the stream, the last 30 minutes of the stream, we try and make sure that we get as many free bumps from the chat as possible. So if you are in the chat right now and you're an artist and you submitted your music, you want to get played, all you have to do is put your artist name in the chat right now. I'm going to try and pull everybody up into like, another queue. We'll listen to songs. Boom. So just let me know your artist name in the chat right now. I'll be dragging everybody up into a priority queue and we will do our thing for the rest of the stream. And give me a second to catch up with the chat too. It is going to take me a second to catch up with you guys because there is a lot of you saying things right now. But I'm going to play this one from Shloob because he sent it in. And we have a new song dropping tomorrow with Genius Distro. This is our newest signing to Genius Distro. I'm a really big fan of this artist. He's out of Louisville, Kentucky. And this is an unfinished one. He wants to know what everybody thinks. So I'm going to play this one while I'm making this queue. So let us know what you think in the chat. But again, if you want to get bumped up for free, put your artist name in the chat and we'll make sure we put you in the queue right now. This one's called Worth It. This is my first time hearing it too. Yeah. I'm probably going to fuck with it though, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. This beat is crazy already. Fuck.
Hey, yeah. Hey, I took a chance, it was worth it. I had a plan, it was perfect. Yeah, I've been like the circuit. I'm just getting started. I'm scratching the surface. You niggas retarded. I'm sorry to say it. I don't know how else I'ma put it.
I do like you apologizing for saying it.
These niggas still think I'm a rookie.
I would maybe say don't say it. But I err on the side of not saying it anymore because I try not to, just generally.
I earned it. Fuck it. Might lose a friend in the journey. Fuck it. Walk across the bridge and I burned it. Sometimes you run in the blessing. Disguise a lesson. No question, little nigga, I learned it. I took a chance, it was worth it. I had a plan, it was perfect. Put up some bands, it was worth it. Turn up my swag, now
yo, this shit goes hard, bro.
I took a chance, it was worth it. I had a plan, it was perfect. Need to get more. I need to get back on that tour. I know I deserve it. I'm cool on that feature. Don't care if you rocking that.
I really, really love your delivery style on this. Like, it just really like hits.
Oh,
we got a lot of fucking submissions in here right now, guys.
Looks at me like I'm Aretha. Can't see a hater, I'm Stevie. Don't need advice from you, keep it. MJ.
And if you have not submitted in the Google form, I can't bump you up, so you have to submit in the Google form. I see a couple people who are not in here.
I make a nigga believe it. I can't respond to no Instagram dissing the lead, little buddy. I don't even read it. Hey, I took a chance, it was worth it. I had a plan, it was perfect. Yeah, I took a chance, it was worth it. I had a plan, it was perfect. You know I'm excited. I got so much on the horizon is making me nervous.
Sorry guys, still catching up with the chat here, so give me a second.
I don't give a fuck about your verses.
And you don't need to put your name in a bunch of times just for what it's worth. It actually makes it harder for me to do this. One time is enough. I maybe should have said that, but one time is enough. Cash Out, Cash In says Jack. Yeah, definitely got that kind of a vibe, but I love that song, so I'm not mad at it. Love the Kendrick influence, hard as fuck. Funny enough, this is Kendrick is by the Kick Rolls are locked in. Sounds like dude, the Kendrick cousin, the one he signed. Oh, Keem? You think that's got Keem codes to it? I hear that in the production, maybe not as much in the vocal. All right, did I miss anybody? I feel like I got everyone. Mishka is probably the only one I'm missing right now. The Josie Dior. All right. Yo, this beat is crazy, dude. Yo, this beat is crazy. Who produced this one? So yeah, I really liked it a lot. I don't really have too much feedback on it because I just really fuck with it. I think, yeah, if anything, the only thing that I would maybe say is don't say retarded and like block it out, or like find another way to say it, and then you can still say the next line. For me, I just am trying to cut that out of my vocabulary in general. So that's maybe the only thing. I don't know that everybody would care about it, but that's just the thing that I try to think about with the audience now, because like, you know what I mean, like that's all. That's the only thing that I would say, and that's really just like a safety thing for you. Like I think just we live in a time now where artists, you know, you think about your audience and how they react to things and how they're gonna feel about things too. So that's maybe the only thing I would say. But other than that, it's just hard as fuck. I really liked it. Elijah Rosario up next. Okay, so for this section, we'll probably go play like 60 seconds of each song. If I did miss anybody, please just let me know your artist name at any point. We'll try and get through as many as we can, but I can't guarantee we'll get to everybody, so just keep that in mind. We might not play every single song. If we don't, though, one thing I will say is you can go, especially if you have songs that are out or music that's out and I haven't playlisted yet, or we didn't listen to it on stream. I literally today just posted this video on the Kayvan's House page. Here are some more songs I found in my comments. So if you go to the Kayvan's House page right now, which I put in the Instagram, where we'll also be giving away a free consultation with me because we just passed 3,000 follows, which is super exciting. You can go literally comment your song on there. I'll go listen to it. So like, this is another free way for you to get music in front of me. Go put your music in the comments. Like, even if you have songs that are out that you just want to get highlighted again or playlisted again or content made about them, just go put them in there. Because if I know the shit already and I fuck with it, the odds are pretty high and in your favor that I'll probably playlist it and support it there as well. So just make sure you go submit there. It's really free. It's easy. This is Senses by Elijah Rosario up next. Josie Dior, I got you in the queue, okay? Let me see if I can find this Poetry Club one. I don't see it though. I don't see it in this Google form. So you got to make sure you put it in there. Oh, this one's a little bit darker as well, bro. I'm kind of fucking with these dark vibes. I mean, I do think the bass needs to come down on this one pretty dramatically, but that's about it. Drums are insane. Yeah, really good production again. Elijah Rosario Music out in North Carolina. Very talented artist. And bro, I'm getting to these fucking interviews, bro. I'm sorry, I gotta edit them all myself, so it's just taking a little bit of time to like do the cut downs. But I think I got it into a good place to be able to do it quickly now. It's those motherfucking captions, they take forever. I would hide the hat a little bit, says Patrick. A little bit too. Scotty Speed, I still don't see yours in the form either, so just make sure you submit it in the form. I lied, you're in there already. Ignore me. I like this one. I think arrangement-wise, it still needs a little bit of work, probably. Definitely mix wise, it still needs a little bit of work, but vocally and like the overall vibe, like the darkness of it, I do really like. Good vocal inflections. Yeah, there's a lot of like really good moments and variation that happens there vocally, which I think is a really important thing for R&B, especially contemporary R&B in that space. So I like that a lot. All right, we got Tamed by Jack Graves up next. We got a New Zealand. I kind of love the way that this started. Not Codeezy in the chat here as well, bro. And Big Dez. Oh. Oh. Jackass Graves on Instagram. This is not the first time I've heard you, but I fuck with this. Is this gonna be on streaming as well, or just SoundCloud? Great voice, bro. Just good energy on this. Let us know what you think in the chat, as always. Yo, you gotta put this on streaming, bro. Nah, don't do that anymore. We cut off the priority sub queue towards the end now. I just like to make sure we can get as many free ones as possible. You are in here, though, and we do have 20 minutes left. Bro, I need this. I mean, I'm gonna like it on here so I can keep it here, but I'm like never on SoundCloud. I want this on fucking Spotify ASAP. Woo! Yo, you went crazy on the vocal on this. Yo! Oh my god. I have no feedback on that, man. I really like it a lot. Like, my feedback is I want that I need to listen to it everywhere. Like, I need to save it in every library. I need to playlist it. Like, that's what I want to do with that shit. Patrick Hyacinth up next. This bit knocking. Yeah, it was absolutely knocking, bro. I like that a lot. Simmer down. Patrick Hyacinth up next. Let us know what you think in the chat. Patrick, you're from somewhere that, like, kind of surprised me last time we listened to you. Where are you from again? This one came out a year ago, all self-produced. Again, at Patrick Hyacinth, 2 H's on Instagram. From Poland. Yeah, that's right. You're from a small town in Poland, bro. I remember this. Brian, come hang out on Twitch, bro. We're doing free bumps from the chat right now.
On my pride, left aside, simmer down, wasting time, you and I. And I'm sorry for the flowers, they don't bloom as
super vibey, bro. I do think there's been development from this song to the one that we listened to most recently, which came out. Lights Out, right? Was the one that just came out. Yeah, this one came out November 14th of this year, so we just listened to Lights Out recently. And I definitely feel like you've progressed as a producer as well from this release to that release. So that's maybe the only thing I would say is, like, on this one, it just doesn't feel maybe quite as polished as Lights Out does. And the more music you make, the more you release, the more you'll grow and develop. You know what I mean? So just keep making music, keep putting stuff out. But I like this vibe a lot. And I have to be honest, just from listening to the vocal, like, I would not know that you were from a small town in Poland at all. From listening to the vocal, like, it's very easily digestible. I think a lot of people will gravitate towards it and that sound. All right, we're on a little bit of a world tour right now. We just went from Louisville to North Carolina, then New Zealand, then Poland, and now we're heading to the UK. Leicester/London. No Concept of Time. This one's from Venus Baby. Let us know what you think in the chat. I fuck with the energy on Venus Baby's music for the most part. So kind of younger one, but I get a bit of Frank. A little bit of Frank for sure. We're on a world tour right now. Alright, I mean, the thing for me still, that's wild. I'm from a little town in Florida, says Scotty Speed. Look, we're all over the place. I'm in Brooklyn, New York right now. This hit, says Scotty Speed. Biggest thing for me is still the mix, I think. Delivery, timing is better, for sure. This knock, says Silky. Look, Patrick, go to sleep. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. It does never sleep. I love it. We got Denver, Colorado. What up, DJ Silko? Welcome in. Yeah, that's my biggest thing. It's just a bit hard to hear the vocals. I wish they would turn it up in the mix still. Sub is knocking. Oh, Brown says I'd love that sub knocking harder. I still think it's the mix for me. That's the thing that could improve. But the energy, the vocal delivery is great. The timing of the vocal is much better. This is kind of a crazy suggestion, but have you ever thought of doing like some like, not like some Charlie XCX type shit, kind of Charlie XCX coded type shit, where it's maybe like a little dancier and like almost like a more whispered vocal, like a whispered rapped vocal. It's maybe a weird way of describing it, but I feel like you would kill on some shit like that too. Toxica, Young Brinks up next. Let us know what you think in the chat. We're gonna keep things moving. Like I said, we're in more rapid fire mode, so we're gonna try and go through these songs 60 seconds at a time and get through everything. Check the rhyme. What's up, bro? You made it for the end. It's nice to see you. She Loved the Love on Instagram for the last one. Look, I would still tap in because I've really enjoyed the songs that we've heard from Venus Baby. That's all. I'm on earbuds. It looks like everything hits right now. Hey, look, that's totally fair. That's why we want to know what you think of the songs too. You know what I mean? It's important for you guys to give feedback because everyone's listening on different things. So that feedback is important for these artists. Is this in Spanish? Like, I'll be honest, my Spanish is fucking horrible, so I don't really understand what the lyrics are saying. But I really like the way that you sound in Spanish, doing this type of like melodic. Like, what do you even call this? Jangy, no. Did you sub? Did something? Did you gift us? Did I miss you? If not, we're in the free section right now, so I'll bump you up. Can't guarantee we'll get to it, but I'll try. I don't know what you call this genre, this subgenre. Check the rhyme. I'm dead, bro. I'm saving this one in the playlist. I'm gonna come back to it as well. Young BRXNKS on Instagram, out of New York City. I did like that. I like that sound from you. I like that vibe from you. We got Silk up next, bro. Silk is out of Chicago. Is that right? Am I fucking that up? Are you not in Chicago? I feel like I said that real hesitantly, but I think you're in Chicago, right? I feel like I remember that. This one's called Love Songs. Let us know what you think in the chat. I've been really enjoying Silk's voice. I think that's like the thing that's really stood out to me. Has been the vocal tone. So let us know what you think in the chat. Bro, Scotty Speed, how'd you get to Florida from Chicago, bro?
Yeah, did you hella bogus? I'm a fucking bummer. I was speeding in the whip, smoking on some gushers. And you helped me calm it down. I've been moving better. I just write love songs, I write love letters.
This is maybe not my favorite song that I've heard from you, if I'm being honest. I think it's mostly because of the mix, though. Also, this came out in 2023, so I'm not going to judge it as harshly, having heard your newer music and knowing that it hits a little bit harder. I think the thing with this one is maybe just really the vocal mix. The vocal's a little bit more buried under the production than some of the other music I've heard from you. So that's the only thing I would say about that. Vocals seem way too loud to check the rhyme. I'm not getting that in my headphones. My headphones, I've got the sub super loud and the vocals kind of cut down. Interesting. Look, OME_Silk though, I think for me, the songs that I've really liked the most from Silk so far, at least recently, are the ones I have saved. So Two Tone, Bag, W2C, and Hog and the Rays. Hog and the Rays is one of the newer ones that I've really enjoyed too. When did Cutting Up come out? June 12th of this year? Alright. Alright, we're gonna move on to the next one. Zen Scully up next. Yeah, I think like for me, like some of those songs that I've heard from you that are maybe like a little bit more like hip-hop leaning, and not to say that one didn't hit the same way, but like I think where I've been the most impressed from you has been the more hip-hop leaning stuff, and this felt like a little bit more like a time of like R&B hip-hop mixture that was not my favorite overall. So it also could just be the production that kind of took me out of that one. Zen Scully with Tragic, out of Florida. Let us know what you think in the chat. Yeah, Josie Dior is in the queue. Right here, but I forgot to mark you in orange. It is there, but my bad. Ty Slater says I like everyone's production. Look, picking beats is an art within itself, so that says something good about all of you. They picking good beats that people fuck with. Like how you been up in this lane so long and still you average. AI with the talent and I'm Kobe with the tactics. Watch me work my magic. Is there a chorus on this or is this just straight raps all the way through? Because I do not see anything that resembles a hook in these lyrics right now. And that is maybe the thing that I would say to you. is a 2-minute and 30-second straight verse with no hook is going to be hard to bring people back to. I'm not mad at it. Like, I think the delivery was solid. I think the lyrics were pretty solid. I do think the lack of a hook is just a difficult thing, I think, without a visual. So I always tell artists this, if you're going to do like a straight verse, treat it like a freestyle, do a visual for it, push it and push the visual more heavily, and it'll drive people back to the audio. But it is hard, I think, to get people really, really into a freestyle type song if it is that long. You can do it. I think if you do it like 1:30 or 2 minutes tops, I think it works. But if you get into that like 3-minute, 4-minute length and it's just a straight verse, like, it's just hard to get people to care, bro, and stick around. So that's the only thing I would say about that. Ty Slater, Phil Fine up next. Yeah, more vocal variants is always good. You want to keep people interested, so you can make a 2.5-minute song hella dynamic. I agree. Yeah, like, hooks are important. They're there for a reason, you know what I mean?
It sounded like a classic. Me and my nigga take.
All right, this one comes out next week from Ty Slater. Let us know what you think in the chat. Like I said, we're in rapid fire mode, so we're gonna go a little quicker than we would in the rest of the stream. But we do this every Monday and Thursday. I will be back next Monday, but I'll be streaming from North Carolina, so just know the stream will look a little different. Ty Slater _ on Instagram. I do like this. Yeah, you gotta have that moment that sticks in people's head. I like the production on this one too. One thing that I do here is, again, those plosives on the vocal, especially around the P's. The P's and the F's for me feel a little harsh in the vocal mix. I love the direction of the song. I like the vocal, the way that it comes in, the way it sits on top of the beat. But I think for me in the mix, the thing I would keep an eye out for is the plosives. That's one of the things that stands out and kind of catches my ear a little bit more while I'm listening. Burning Man Rough by Breon Bliss. If you fuck with R&B music, you're probably gonna like this artist as well. Oh yeah, check the rhyme. You're in here. Beautiful. Let us know what you think in the chat, guys. This one's an idea. Suggestions welcome. At Breon Bliss on Instagram, out of LA right now. I gotta link you in Ashoka as well, for real. I know I've been saying this for a minute, but oh, this is beautiful, bro. She said, hey, I've added you songs to my playlist before, Breon. You got some vibes. He definitely has some vibes, bro. Beautiful runs right there. Oof. Oh. Scotty Speed said, whoa. Vocals going crazy, says Uncle Book. Very good, bro. More vocal arrangement here. That's it, maybe. Add some more harmonies. Especially in that moment right there before it gets into this verse section. I kind of envision more of, like, at least in my head, more of like a big choir moment right there. But it's beautiful. Scotty Speed's about to tear up. The skip queue is actually closed right now, so please don't do it. It'll just bleed into the next stream if you do. I gotta cut it off because we're in rapid fire mode, but you gotta go follow Breon Bliss if you're fucking with that. You are going to hear so much music you like in his discography. Check the Rhyme says, I'm laying down background vocals on this next week. I'm dead, bro. Don't worry. VOD will be up on the YouTube tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time if you are stuck in an ad right now. Kelsey Allo up next, my third song ever. This one's called Bum.
Today,
nice.
I'm going to be day drinking and smoking cigarettes in a
Sorry.
park at 2 p.m. in the
You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's where all the VOD goes on the day after stream.
last night that it would be nice to, well,
Yes, if you guys do fuck with each other in chat, make sure you connect. Make sure you collaborate. That's what this is about.
2 p.m. in the park smoking cigs. Nothing but
Yeah, I like this. I like this. It's kind of silly. Like, just I like it though. I'm not gonna say that I don't. Kuss.karaoke on Instagram.
Fighting on his king-size bed. People call him crazy for letting me be lazy, but they do the same if the pussy made him easy. So gushy. Sitting on my cushy tushy.
I mean, it's good.
Mushy built at the gym. Paid for by him. Like all my meals, even those with my friends. Bum with the bum. Bum
Why does this knock, bro?
Every night we stay in vibes.
Venus Baby says, oh, this is a vibe. Yo, why does this knock like this? Beat by Lonely, mixed by Jetty. Great delivery. It's so playful in the delivery.
Got him locked down. It's been 5 years now, and he can't look away because it jiggles when I bounce. Bum with the bum.
Brayon, your show was fire, bro. Just to recap, the only feedback that I really had was I want to hear a bigger choir, like choral moment, especially before that verse section kind of comes in. So like when you get into the runs on the crazy part of the chorus, maybe more of like a vocal arrangement going into that verse section where everything pulls back and like has that moment of just like kind of pulling back this huge moment, being a little bit more stripped down, and then going back into building it up again in that second chorus. But overall, really, really liked it a lot. Uncle Book up next. Unreleased from my Type Beat Tuesday series to come. Mix Not Final, need a reliable go-to engineer so I can start pumping these tunes out. So if you're an engineer in the chat, make sure you tap in. This one's CISO by Uncle Book. Yeah, bro, it's super fire. Like, really, really beautiful. Everyone in the chat was really enjoying it as well. I feel that, D-Bells. This is a SZA and Smino type beat. I love it. I'm a big type beat user as well. I like to. All right, we got like 4 minutes left. I'm gonna try and get through as many of these as possible. If you are in the chat, though, make sure you join the Discord. Lots of free opportunities for you guys in there. Make sure you go follow us on Kayvan's House because there are other opportunities for you as well. And they're all free. I mean, the mix for this is the thing that needs the most work, in all honesty. I think the background vocals are a little bit louder than they need to be, while the lead vocals are a little bit quieter than they need to be. So I think flipping that a little bit, making sure that the lead vocal is really like kind of at the forefront and those background vocals are a little bit more tucked is probably what you need to do on this mix. Maybe a little bit more variation in the melody in that first section too. I think a good rule of thumb, like there's not really like an exact amount of time you should like do, but I feel like Future does a really good job of being like dynamic and like almost writing couplets and then re-changing up the rhythms and the melodies like very quickly. Thug also is a good reference point for that. I do like it overall, but again, I think for me the biggest things there are the mix, making sure the lead vocal is the star. Uncle Book on Instagram if you were rocking with it. And I do like the song. I like the direction of it. I think creatively it's in a great space and direction, but it's really the mix. So the engineer thing makes a lot of sense. This is Fire and by Emmanuel Best up next. Let us know what you think in the chat. We're going to keep things moving. We are in rapid fire mode. We only got a couple minutes left. Keep pushing. Your celebratory hour is a hand. I like that. Get it tatted on me. Maybe not. It's a bit long. Love this vibe already. Hey, why is this hard? Why is this hard? Hey, 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 hey. And if you judge what you see with your eyes, smack you like my bum left hand. This is getting saved right now. Where's this artist from? Emmanuel Best, where are you from, bro? I mean, there's maybe things that I would say could improve about the mix, but it's kind of like also of the genre, so I'm not really that mad about it. Like, to me, I think the things in the mix that can improve is like the sounds maybe used, like the bass sound probably. But also, like, every time I listen to dancehall shit, like, you'll hear songs like that and they just go hard. So I feel like with dancehall, I'm maybe a little bit less judgmental on the mix because it just is. Sometimes it's not about it. Sometimes it's not about having a perfect mix, just the vibe it creates. This is Scotty Speed with Lately too. Let us know what you think in the chat. Nigeria, but live in Houston. That's crazy. You're making that music in Houston, bro? I did not expect that at all. And it's also not like... I don't know, man. I fuck with that. First song I ever made in the studio, made it Juice WRLD's old spot. All right, let's get it.
Yeah, the music helps me breathe.
I'm Scotty Speed on Instagram.
And you
it's got a little peep in it. You know, it's a little peep coated. I think in the right mood, I'm probably into this. I do think that the delivery could improve a little bit. I mean, mostly tonally. And then rhythmically too, some of the delivery at times I feel like it could be a little bit smoother than it is. It's very Peep coded though. So like, I feel like if I think about it from that lens, I'm like, all right, like this is inspired by Peep. It's very close to that style on that side. It's almost like, even in the delivery, it's like almost got a little bit of Suicide Boys to it. So like, I just feel like it's polishing it. You know what I mean? It's like, I like the direction, but it's polishing it and polishing the performance aspect of it. But, you know, I mean, just keep working at it, bro. Keep making music. I'm interested to see, like, what happens with you as you continue to make music, too. But it definitely feels more like Peep than, like, Juice. You know what I mean? From that time period. I know I'm mad about that. There's definitely, like, a space for it and an audience for it, so. All right, this is Walk by D-Bells. Let us know what you think in the chat. I got 2 more minutes on the clock on my stream clock right now. We'll try and get to what we can, but we're probably not going to get to everybody, just as a heads up. That being said, we're back on Monday. And if you have new music coming out tomorrow, make sure you add it to my release calendar. I'll be listening in the morning. This type shit, bro, like, this is what I want to hear from you, for real. I like this again. Check the rhyme. What do you think? You're from the Bay. How do you feel about this? It's out of Oakland. I guess it's not the Bay, but it's out of Oakland. Of course, Emmanuel. Between this and the last one we listened to, I still think I prefer the other one. This has that balance to it, too. I like the aggression in the vocal. I like the energy in it. Check the rhymes as it slaps. D-Bells, Walk. It's very fun. I do like it as well. We got Mishka up next. Song for everyone who has something done to them that can't be taken back. We move past it and be positive regardless. Can't take it back. I did like that one, bro. D-Bells, you got some good songs, bro. I want to hear more. I want to hear more as you continue to release shit too. So make sure you keep me up to date. Mishka's a Russian-American artist located in Southeast Michigan. Guys, I'm so hungry. I have not eaten shit today. So I can't lie. I need to go eat after this. We are going to go on a raid, so I'll take you guys to another music streamer where you can send music in and maybe get feedback or get playlisted. So I really like the production on this. I do think the vocal mix still needs a little bit of work. Vigilante303 _ on Instagram. And I think maybe the vocal needs just a little bit more processing. The tuning sounds good. The reverb delay sounds good. But I feel like it's missing like a bite to it or some sort of like effect on there that just makes it fit with the production a little bit more. That was more for my people more geared toward the south. I fuck with that one, bro. Oakland is the Bay? Okay, I don't know the geography of California like that. I always fuck that up, sorry. Oh, sorry, I pulled it that was the wrong socials also. _ me, M33SHKA on Instagram, _ Yeah, so I think for me, I actually do like the production on that one. The vocal for me kind of is the thing that needs a little bit of more work, and the mix on the vocal. But I think it's like maybe it needs a little distortion, a little saturation. Just like honestly, because the song is almost so close to like the hyperpop kind of sound. Like I think like listening to some of the stuff in that space might not hurt. Like honestly, even Foreman shifting the vocal up and pitching it up might make it sound like it fits a little bit more on the production. I think that's all I really heard though. 91 seconds, VLAN. And this one is Vigilante303 on Instagram. There's things I like about this one. There's definitely things I think could improve. Mostly lyrically, vocal delivery as far as the rhythm goes. I don't know if I'm really catching the flow on this one the same way. I do think the inflection on the vocals pretty solid. Hey man, I appreciate it. Thank you. That's what we try to make sure it's like actually useful. Epons, of course, I really liked it a lot. I saved it in the playlist. I think for me, one, the beat feels a little repetitive on that one, so that's probably why I wouldn't playlist it more than anything. Like, it didn't really feel like it developed much in the production style. Vocally, I do feel like the delivery rhythmically could improve a little bit. I think that's where I didn't really catch the flow either. But, I mean, there is a space and an audience for it, so just keep working. YJB, make a way up next. Let us know what you think in the chat. YJB521, you gotta post socials, bro. You gotta post content. You got 3,000 followers who are not getting anything from you right now. You gotta give them something.
I'm trying to make a way, yeah. I'm trying to make a way, yeah. Trying to make a way, yeah. I'm trying to get some cake. Running that just for my people, making sure we all straight, yeah. I'm trying to get them bands, trying to break the bank, yeah. I'm trying to make a way, yeah. I'm trying to make a way.
I'm not crazy about this beat personally.
Make it out the slums. I know they hating, but young bacon, I ain't worried about none. I get that
It's the key signature. Every time I make a beat in this key signature, I also don't like it. So there's nothing you can do about that, really. It's truly the chord progression of that production that I think would lose me and make me not playlist it. Vocally, the melody was solid. The hook was maybe a little bit more repetitive than I would like personally. Like, I generally lean into like hooks. You want to have a little bit more of a variation in it. Josie Dior 137 up next. But yeah, like, I think it's just like adding a little bit more variation into the vocal in the chorus. And then, yeah, like, I'm not crazy about that chord progression just generally. So that's a personal thing. I can't even sit here. There's nothing other than changing the beat and the chord progression. There's not really anything you could do about that one to make the beat catch me that way. So, sorry.
I got the bands on me. Pull up a F&N tuck, nigga play, we gon' blam on
30-second intro is a little long. If I'm being honest, you might have lost me in the intro. Vocal delivery is actually really solid on this one. Reminds me of Polo a little bit. Get those socials activated though. Why are you deactivated on socials? I'm gonna play these last two and then we'll go do a raid. Yeah, I think for me, one, make sure you got your fucking socials right? Like, if you don't have them, you're kind of fucking up. Like, I gotta be honest, like, you're kind of fucking up. Everything is so social focused these days. Like, regardless of what you want to do. Like, if you're trying to build a business for yourself or build an audience for yourself, you got to do the social shit. If you're not doing it, like, how are you gonna promote? You know what I mean? This one's crazy as fuck. This one goes so fucking hard. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Free Janky on Instagram. Yeah, this goes crazy. Ugh. Filthy. The energy on this is crazy, bro. What is happening right here? This beat is absolutely insane. I mean, fuck, bro. Free Jangy on Instagram. Blowing up my phone, Brian OG. This is the last one tonight. We're going to go hit a raid after this. Brian OG from Washington, D.C. A little bit quiet on the master immediately as this one started. So that's something to look out for. Oh, there's a remastered version? Oh, okay. Good call. Still a little quiet. The bass hits harder though. Still a little quiet on the intro. The sub hits harder on the remastered for sure. Is this gonna be in Spanish? Because I'm not mad at it. McMason, what's going on, bro? We are literally about to end the stream and go raid. Probably Mountainside, who I love, who's online right now. He's a great streamer from New Zealand, I think. Australia? New Zealand? One of the two. But he's great. I'm a big fan of what he does on stream. And he's got a great community as well. So I'm going to take you guys over there. Make sure you send your music into him as well. Like I said, I'm back on Monday, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to be streaming from North Carolina. So just know things will look a little different. And that is what it is. Vocal feels a little dry in this part. I hear the tuning on it, but I wish I heard a little reverb, a little compression maybe. I do still feel like the vocal is a little quiet in this mix. I really like it. I think your voice sounds really good in Spanish too, so I'd maybe do more Spanish music also. Yeah, I feel like when the Spanish part hits, it hits. But the biggest things for me and the biggest feedback is definitely going to be on the mix. Making sure that vocal comes through a little bit more in the overall thing. It was a little buried, and that's probably the thing that I will point to the most. All right, that's it, guys. Great stream tonight. Thank you so much. Again, make sure you join the Discord if you haven't. Make sure you also... And if you want to send music, bro, Halo K, go put that in my Instagram comments on the Kayvan's House page on the most recent video that we posted on Reels. That is a Songs We Found in the Comments series, which is free. If you submit for it, it's another content and playlist opportunity. So I would highly suggest going to take advantage of the other free opportunities that I have that aren't just the stream. This is just a way for you to get feedback, but if you ever wanted to just submit music for me to playlist, listen to, support, there's always other free series on my Instagram page where you can just comment. We also have a community playlist every month in the Discord, and also a guest curated playlist every month as well on the Instagram page. So there's a bunch of series that I do to try and highlight the songs that we find hit, but also on the Instagram page as well. And I'll be doing a free consultation giveaway, so make sure you go follow us on Kayvan's House. Have a great weekend. Be safe. I'll see you guys on Monday for another stream, different setting. But I'll see you anyway, all right? Have a good one. Bye. And come on this raid with us. We are going to go raid Mountainside, so if you are looking for another place to send your music, that is a place where you can send it and get feedback from somebody who also is making music actively and is involved and thinks about the things that make music good. All right? So if you are looking for more feedback that isn't just from me, come with us on this raid over to Mountainside's channel. Mountains Hides. Fuck, I'm gonna have to ask him how to say that. All right, guys, peace. Come on the raid with us. I see 17 in the chat, but only 9 on the raid. Come on. Let's take it over, though.